Season 2, episode 1.
Ooh.
This feels very fucking different.
I know.
Talk us through it, Tom. What can you see?
Well, there's an absolute supernova to the left of me.
The world's most ridiculous neon sign.
Yeah, we thought we needed one, and we went to order, and they don't do a small one.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, this is the smallest size we can do because there's a lot of text.
And it's the size of a small house.
It looks great though, doesn't it?
Hopefully people can see it. But guys, welcome back. Season 2, episode 1 of They Think It's All Sober. I don't know, we wrapped up last season in a really nice way, didn't we?
Yeah.
And took a few weeks off and got all of this together, which has obviously been a lot of work, but I'm so fucking excited.
Me too. We said we were going to go bigger and better.
We've definitely gone bigger. It's up to us now to try and go better. But time will tell.
I know. So, I mean, it's only literally been, we put out a surprise episode 16, didn't we? The Sober October.
Sober October, a little ditty.
And that wasn't really that long ago.
No, it does feel like a long time though. It's bizarre, like the Thursday that we didn't put one out and then this Thursday coming, I do feel a little naked. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I miss it.
I know. But we've been keeping busy on the socials.
Yeah, and you and I feel like because of the type of people we are, we've been speaking about 7 times a day because we're not doing episodes. So it's like, must do something podcast related.
I know. So we're already talking about season 3 and...
Oh, mate.
I know.
The guests for this season, I've got to say, guys, like we're pretty much locked in. I don't want to say bigger and better because that kind of nullifies how amazing our guests were in season 1, but I'm so excited for you guys to hear them and the walks of life that people are coming from and the stories that we've got. I'm just so fucking buzzed for people to hear.
Yeah, me too. I'm really, really excited. And, but how have the last few weeks been? What's been going on?
Really good, man. Yeah. I mean, today is my 500 days.
Amazing. Congrats.
It's funny. Thank you. I put it in my calendar as 500 days and then I forgot. So I was like, why have I got a note in my calendar to watch 500 Days of Summer? I was like, I haven't watched that film in fucking years. And I was like, oh,
I'm 500
it's
days
500
without
days.
a drink.
Which is mad because, that is rapidly going to turn into 2 years. And hopefully that'll rapidly turn into 3 years.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's amazing. And I guess like so many of the people that have been talking to us on Instagram recently from our Sober October episode,
Yep.
some are 2 weeks in, some are 4 weeks in, some are like 17, 18 years in. And it's so nice to kind of be part of that movement now where I feel like we're chatting to people that are a week in and so intrigued, people like us that are kind of a couple of years in or getting there.
Yeah.
And then like you call them the Yodas of sobriety.
The Yodas of sobriety. And yeah, big up anyone who did Sober October.
Yeah.
And stuck it through, a month without booze. If you've gone back to the drinking, maybe gave you some food for thought. Because it does take a couple of weeks for you to start feeling better, as we've discovered. And
Science told me that as well. That was part of my research.
Yeah. So, but yeah, well done to anyone that did it. And some people might be continuing on the journey, maybe feeling inspired that it wasn't just an October thing.
Yeah.
And they're probably thinking, let's see how Christmas goes.
Well, that was great, wasn't it? One of our listeners that reached out actually that was a few months in and then said that, not to like make ourselves sound like superheroes or anything, but due to listening to the podcast, decided to go for a year. And that's kind of their next target now, which is really nice to know that kind of us just chatting absolute shit is somehow helping people along this journey. So
yeah, and it's good. And we keep getting messages from people listening to previous episode and picking up on saying like, hey, I just listened to Rob Harvey's episode and it was fucking great and I really relate to it. And we're having that all the time, so it's still gaining momentum even when we haven't been doing active episodes.
The beast is growing, baby.
The beast is growing.
What was fascinating actually, and something we did just in between our time off, was did this poll about what our listeners, whether they drank or were sober curious or
That's right.
still drank, and it was a very 50-50 split between people who were sober, people who were curious, and people that still drank. Sorry, that doesn't make sense because that would be thirds. 50% of people were sober and 50% of people either were sober curious or still drank. And I think that's really fascinating. And hopefully just by us talking, people have got, the understanding of what we want to achieve, which isn't go sober or fucking die. It's like maybe just readdress your relationship with alcohol and the frequency upon which you are getting fucked up.
Well, it's good. I mean, I guess it's a testament to perhaps being one of the less preachy sobriety podcasts.
What are you trying to say there, Tom?
Huh?
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Nothing at all. But I guess people are listening with a view that we're not here to condemn drinking.
No.
And to be like, listen, if you're not sober, don't bother listening to this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just talking about, the challenges that sobriety does bring, the rewards that it brings, especially a lot of the benefits, and just if people want to change their relationship in a positive way with alcohol and still drink, listen to the fucking pod.
Listen to the fucking pod. Exciting news, which will now be announced as we're launching this, that we have our first ever live extravaganza.
We do.
It is gated though by a very expensive membership, so I have to apologise to most people, but it's a little test run for us.
Yeah, good test run at Soho House. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
20th of November, Soho House, to talk with us, a wonderful man called David Gibbs, who you'll meet again very, very soon, and yourself, just talking around sobriety. And I guess for us, getting used to what it's like talking in a public space, because we've got some really exciting stuff coming up in 2024, which I guess will all be revealed later on. So we need to get ready for that kind of shit, because it was scary enough talking on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be even scarier talking in front of an audience.
I know. Potentially ones that can heckle us as well.
Exactly. But how have you been, mate, just before we dive in?
Good, mate, good. It's been a challenging month, obviously in lieu of my brother-in-law passing away. And I know we touched on it on the sort of Sober October episode. So yeah, it's been a tough month. You can't, there's no way to sort of navigate around death and loss, and just going through all the kind of emotions that come with it, and just trying to spend a bit more time with the family recently and be around a bit more, which has also been a struggle whilst being away an awful lot.
Trying to write hit
records and keep working. And but apart from that, I've been good. I've been really good, and I've been super excited actually about this.
It's taken up so much of my brain space, which is like super exciting, because I know that I feel like we've planned so much of this amazing season that I just cannot wait to get going.
Yep, and here we are. We're doing it. We are going.
We are doing it. And just to kind of reiterate, like, us kind of investing in this season was really about giving you guys that are listening, like, I guess, a better offering. Like, we wanted to kind of build our social platform in a better way. And, whilst Tom and I definitely didn't want to be like, front and center, social media stars, like, I think doing video is going to be really important for us, and I guess our guests, to kind of reach more people and hopefully grow the platform to help more people, because that's ultimately what this is about.
Yeah, exactly. And on a side note, when you're talking about the, because I'm kind of used to doing this from the artist front, being in front of cameras on microphones, doing occasional interviews, and you're not normally doing this, are you?
Nope.
Behind the scenes.
I'm sat there where our lovely friend G is currently doing the edit.
Watching, going,
don't say that. Like, please don't say that. Or like, I wish you hadn't done that line before this interview. That's usually what I was doing. But it's scary. It's scary for me.
But mate,
like, fucking harrowing.
You're taking to it like a duck to water, my friend.
No, like a duck maybe with some like stones chained to its feet. But no, look, I'm excited, and this is the thing, and I've said this all along. Like, us doing this, me doing this in particular, from that perspective, like, I've got to just throw myself into it, and I've got to just, if we helped one person, that was the MO of the start of this podcast.
It was.
If we helped one person, it was worthwhile. And the last few weeks we've been genuinely inundated. Like, sometimes it's a struggle to keep up with the amount of messages we're getting in on Instagram. So thank you to anyone that's, reaching out or feeding back on anything, because it feels like the community is growing. I mean, it's doubled in size since we put out my episode, which is just crazy.
Madness.
Madness.
Well, we're doing something right. And, like I said, super excited about this season.
Yeah.
All the guests we got coming on. We've got video now, so I'm looking into some cameras. I don't know what's on and what's not. And, so we're going to be able to put on more platforms, potentially YouTube.
Full-length YouTube, baby.
TikTok.
Coming for you, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe. Next, we're going to be talking about aliens and fuck sobriety. Where are the aliens at? But no, I'm excited. But we wanted to kick this season off with a very special guest.
The most special
is someone really dear to our heart, because
we normally keep him locked
away. And we were thinking about this because, you were kind enough to give me my opportunity and episode to talk. I was kind enough to do the same to you. Mm-hmm. And David really has been an amazing through line for many of our guests, and kind of tying this together for people that are going through this journey.
Yeah.
And we didn't give him a chance to tell his story.
No. So I think it's only fair that we give him the chance to tell his story.
Yeah, I don't know where the cupboard is though in these lovely studios, and actually we've got to wheel him out somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the introduction, because he is a dear old friend of yours. Well, not old. You're kind of old, David.
Oh, yeah. He's still younger than me. So, this week's guest, former pop star, once upon a time, but no one knows that yet.
Yeah, you're giving it away.
I'm giving it away.
Fuck it.
Former pop star, now amazing, beautiful human being who I wish could read me bedtime stories every night. Trained psychotherapist for many moons now, and good friend, Mr. David Gibbs.
Brilliant, guys. Enjoy the episode.